What is good, everyone? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today, we've got some great information from God Eater 3 getting an official announcement in terms of platforms. We also have the Level-5 CEO teasing some interesting MMORPG possibilities, in addition to a YU-NO Remake as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And we are starting off with the big one here, and really no surprise. I mean, in some ways, it's a little bit of a surprise because I want to talk about something in terms of the portable fan base. But yes, God Eater 3 has been officially revealed in terms of the platforms that they're going to be bringing it to, and it will be released for the PS4 and the PC. We also have a trailer as well and the first gameplay footage of this titles. So this has officially been confirmed. I think we officially got word of God Eater 3 in terms of being in development last year, and we finally got the word in terms of PS4 and PC. So I think that might be a little bit of a risk, and I'll get into why at the end. Let's go and get into the information here first. So God Eater 3 will be released for the PlayStation 4 and the PC. Bandai Namco has announced during a God Eater 3 8th anniversary event held in Japan today. Platforms for the October 2017 announced sequel were previously unconfirmed. Now, an early hands-on and joint development summit for God Eater 3 will be held at Bandai Namco Mirai Kenkuyaho from April 28th to the 30th. The official website will be updated with new information on how to apply very soon. Now, Bandai Namco has also debuted the second trailer and 18 minutes of gameplay of God Eater 3. The trailer introduces a new character, so you guys can check that out there, who grew up with the adaptive God Eater, or the age, with the protagonist at a very young age. So the gameplay highlights and the sequel engage a new battle system as well. So cool stuff there. The gameplay looks really awesome. The game looks great, but I do feel that this game, God Eater, actually had a pretty sizable base when it comes to the portable fan base out there. When it comes to people who want to play the game anywhere that they want, link up with their friends and play the game. And I think that it's a really big mistake at this point. I'm hoping they add it later down the line, but I think it's a big mistake in taking out that portable fan base and not having a Nintendo Switch version. And I usually don't bring that up. Usually I just say it'd be cool if there was one, but we've had history with this, guys. We've seen it with Dissidia in terms of the fan base and what happened when you go from portable to the home consoles. We've seen it also with the Trails of Cold Steel as well. They had that game, they put it on PlayStation 4 only home console, and it didn't do as well as the PS Vita version that came out before it in terms of total number of sales. So I think this is a little bit of a mistake for them to only have it on PS4 and PC. Really, where PC, I don't know how much of a market there is for that, and with the Nintendo Switch, you can bring over a lot of those PS Vita fans that did buy the game. So it looks pretty cool. Obviously, the game looks great. It would be a fun game to play, but I just think the grinding nature of what God Eater is would fit perfectly with the Nintendo Switch. Maybe it comes out later down the line, but I do feel that it's a little bit of a mistake, and this is just my own personal take on top of that. I pretty much already went over the information, so I wanted to let you guys know how I feel about it, although I do think that God Eater 3 is going to be a fairly good game. I don't think it's going to be like earth-shattering or anything from what I've seen. It looks cool, looks like it's going to be a lot of fun like the other ones, real grindy like the other games can be. You need to link up with your friends in order to get the most out of the game, but I would have liked to see a Nintendo Switch port, but maybe we'll get one at some point. We just have to wait on that. So what do you guys think about the official platforms that they have for God Eater 3? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the next story here, the Level-5 CEO does tease an MMORPG scale 20th anniversary title. So could we get a true fantasy life offline? So that'll be interesting. So to celebrate the Level 20th anniversary, the company's newest game will be set not in fantasy but in the modern day, with an epic scale similar to that of a massively multiplayer online RPG. Now, in the 5th installment of the Harada Kills, a series of interview articles published by 4gamer.net, Bandai Namco producer Katsuhiro Harada sat down with Level-5 president and CEO Akihiro Hino. Now, there is a full exchange in terms of what they're talking about, in terms of like Harada saying, hey, do you want to make an MMO? And then Hino responds with, yeah, I'd always like to make one, maybe we get to make one, something like that. And they go back and forth, but I think this would be a great title. If you look at games like Ni no Kuni, look at how well that game is doing so far based on what everyone's talking about, the gameplay in terms of what people love about it. The review scores have been amazing. So if they can make that huge scale kind of RPG, whether it's a MMO style or not, just huge scale RPGs from Level 5 are always great, because Level 5 is one of those mid-sized developers slash publishers out there that aren't the biggest of big, but they can make games the quality of the biggest of the big when they decide to put their full resources behind a title. We've seen it with Ni no Kuni 1, now we're seeing it with Ni no Kuni 2, we've seen it with Yokai Watch. That's a very high quality title. It's just been on platforms with the 3DS. That's kind of limiting when it comes to graphics and everything. When they finally decide to make a Switch version in terms of a brand new Yokai Watch and they put their resources behind it, it's going to be huge. Maybe they're already working on it at this point. So I do feel that Level 5, what they're doing with this next title could be, it could be something massive. It could be the next great thing coming out of them, because Ni no Kuni 2 is definitely the next great RPG from what I've seen, from the gameplay, from everything there. The next great one from like what, Monster Hunter or even Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Monster Hunter, kind of an RPG-ish, more of like action and kind of adventuring type of game, but it's really weird what Monster Hunter is in terms of what that style of game is. But in terms of just RPGs, I think it's one of the greats out there in terms of the modern age of RPGs and action RPGs out there. We haven't seen a ton of great action RPGs released in this generation. There's only been a handful from what I can see in terms of truly great ones. So I love what Level 5 does. If they can make something really cool like an MMORPG or one that's like it, that's simulated, and put it offline, that would be great. Or even if it is where you can play offline and you can play online, that's something that I want to see more from Level 5, because they just don't have the funds or maybe the resources to make those style of games multiple times a year. But when they put their mind to it, when they put their developers on something, they're absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, we've seen multiple times, whether it's Yokai Watch or it's Ni no Kuni, they are great. So hopefully they have something good for us. We need to wait and see. Obviously, we don't know where Yokai Watch is at this point when it comes to development. I would think that would be a Nintendo Switch title. They got some Inazuma 11 action going down this year as well, so they're pretty busy with their games and with their developers. So they definitely don't have unlimited resources, but I love what they're doing, and hopefully we see more from Level 5 in terms of their great titles in the future. So what do you guys think about Level 5 and them making an MMORPG style game? I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the final story here, we have a YU-NO Remake that is coming to Nintendo Switch and PC. So the release date is still to be announced. So the remake of YU-NO, a girl who chants love at the bound of this world, that's a long title, which was released for the PlayStation 4 and PS Vita in March 2017 in Japan, is coming to Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. Publisher 5PB has announced at Anime Japan 2018 the Nintendo Switch and PC versions of the visual novel will be released to tie in with the upcoming YU-NO anime, which will air in 2018 at some point. Now, further information will be released at a later date. And once again, this is one of those visual novels, it's one of those style of games that, believe it or not, is actually getting more and more popular with some of the other style of games out there, and especially on the Nintendo Switch. We've seen a number of Japanese developers release visual novels on the system. Not all of them have been confirmed for the West, but I know that like the Steins Gate or Steins Gate, or however it's pronounced, that is coming over to Nintendo Switch, PS4, and other systems. I think that can do pretty well based on some of the word of mouth with that game. So I want to see more visual novels come over, because these type of visual novel games are great for like YouTube Live or Twitch, watching them and kind of following along with the person presenting them. So that's my main attraction to visual novels, not necessarily me playing, but me watching other people play, because I've watched like Danganronpa and other stuff like that, and those things are really great. And I guess Ace Attorney isn't really a visual novel, but you guys know what I'm talking about, that style of game in terms of not necessarily action based and things like that, towards more of a story and you're following along, you're trying to solve certain things or taking certain options or path. Those are fantastic Twitch viewing games whenever I'm in between editing sessions or I'm just relaxing after I'm done working for the day. Love to watch stuff like that. I've already watched a number of other visual novels being played on Twitch and on YouTube Live, so I'm hoping this one's pretty good. I'd like to see it come out on Nintendo Switch and I can see people play it on there or on PC. Another good one too is like 9 Doors, 9 whatever, 9 whatever, 9 Doors, 9 People, 9 whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about in terms of that game. I like that game. I like watching people play that game in terms of the puzzles and things like that. So hopefully this one's good as well. Wanted to make sure I give it a little bit of time here, because it seems like it's going to be pretty solid based on what some people have said. Not everyone, but based on what some people have said with the PS4 title and the PS Vita one that came out last year. So I think it's going to be a pretty good addition to the Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. So what do you guys think about YU-NO coming to Nintendo Switch in terms of the remake? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of players across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube Live gaming page. Consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, rewards and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video, lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in for the next video. Peace.